welcome to another video, and today's video we are going to be doing the Falcons rebuild. Now, the Falcons had quite a interesting off season, to say the least. At the one hand, they were addressing their secondary, their D-line, and also in need of a receiver number 2. But on the other hand, they ended up drafting B.J. Robertson, which we'll figure out if he will be an actual player for this team or not. So, yeah. But anyway, here is to take a look of the roster. The roster is generally pretty decent on offense, especially in the running back position. But Cornell Patterson, I think he might be a nice trade piece, as well as Jake Matthews. I think they're both going to be trade pieces, so I let B.J. Robertson get more carries, and Tyler Algier, who had an over 1,000-yard season last year. I also end up signing Tyler Goodson because he actually had a couple of good years in college. But anyway, Drake London, solid receiver, as well as Kyle Pitts. Well, in real life, he didn't really play that great, but in this game, you superstar X Factor 86, he pretty much could be one of the best receivers in the league. Then on defense, we have Jerry Jarrett. I don't know what the direction would be for him, but for now, I'll keep him on the roster. But this is it is a very need for us to address the defensive line in general. Who knows if their second round pick is going to pan out or not in this game, but who knows. We also have literally 5 corners are above 70 overall. I actually forgot about Regine Grant. I forgot about him was even on the roster. So I think he might be another trade piece. So let's go put everybody that I want to trade on the trade block and see if we get any offers for any of these players. So, yeah. Because I really don't know what to do right now. I think I'm going to keep Jake Matthews this year. Oh, he's 30. Never mind. I'm going to get rid of him. Like, I don't want anybody who's old and also a player that we could more just get picks rather than nothing. Jerry Jarrett, though, is something I'm going to keep because I think he's not quite 30 yet, and also he is an 88. So, that's going to be the reason why I'm going to keep him rather than actually use him. Yeah, he's 29, exactly. I'll keep him this year. I know, like, we could get maybe a first-round pick this year if we traded him, but that's not something I want to do. Jesse Bates was one of their new additions to the roster. So right now, this is a very good secondary with tons of big pieces all over the roster. And an offense where we have literally 3 running backs that are good. We got 1 solid wide receiver. Desmond Ridder I changed to star dev because I feel like that's what he really should have right now. I like this overall, though. Kyle Pitts. There are a lot of good pieces, but yes, there are still a ton of needs all over the roster. So that's what we're going to be addressing heading into the season. We're also going to keep it as, of course, the Falcons playbook, because I like to keep it as that. Well, I just want to see how good this playbook really is before we actually, head in. My expectations are we're probably going to get like a 6-11, 7-10 record. That's my expectations this season. Because on the one hand, we have literally, again, like I said, 3 good running backs. Well, it's about to be 2. And a solid wide receiver, tight end, and also a solid O-line. And also, again, good pieces on secondary. But on the other hand, we don't really have a good front 7. Our quarterback is definitely a big question mark. And we don't have really any receivers outside of Kyle Pitts and Drake London. So there are a lot of question marks on this team still. So Cornell Patterson and Jake Matthews are the only people that are getting trade offers from teams. Let's go get Cornell. Cornell, I just wanted draft picks. And none of these are even good offers either. Like, if I was thinking of the best offer here, I would give it to the Dolphins. Because, we do need a linebacker. And Michael Derrick might be a solid, backup option. But that's kind of it. But I understand, like, he's 31 years old and stuff, and he's a running back. But I just didn't like any offers. I just wanted just picks in general. Jake Matthews, wow. Okay. So we could get Dan Snapple, which I think I might take this offer. It's just because we get two good players. Well, Dan Snapper would just be more as a backup. So that's why I'll take this offer here. I mean, Tyler Boyd is a very good receiver, and he could be our number one until Drake London actually proves that he is our true number one player. We're going to cut Anthony Friscara. We don't need him anymore after getting Dan Sample with that trade, so I like to send him to the regular season because of this. I like to scout. So we're still gonna look for offers. Okay, actually, our 3-star one is totally fine. I know interior isn't like the biggest, but I'll keep it as what it is. Is quarterback like? Oh, quarterback is one of the weaknesses. But that's alright, I guess. So which one is the West? This one. So we need middle linebacker and outside. You know what? Let's move him to the West. Because he is outside linebacker. So it technically makes sense. Oh, never mind. I'm moving him to Central. Never mind. We're moving him to Central. Is there any team anywhere where I could have corner and quarterback? Okay, Northeast, yeah, I'll keep that one then. I'll keep it as what it is. So let's go look for a 2-star West one, I guess. And we're also gonna have to look for a Southeast. Oh wait. Northeast? Do we already have a Northeast? Oh yeah, we do. Oh, that one can get out of here. So we're looking for West and Southeast. What are we looking for? West first? Middle linebacker and left tackle. Middle linebacker and tackle is what we're looking for. But I would prefer to get a middle linebacker, though. If, there's no both. Okay. Not on this side. I'm just, have them sorted. It makes things a little more easier. Nope, this one doesn't have it either. I guess I'll go with, I'm gonna just go look for a middle linebacker one instead. Because I like just to have the middle linebacker scout. Because again, we really do need it. Safety, we don't really have a need at safety. Outside linebackers are also good in this class. We don't need a tight end. So I guess it's pretty much just it's Chris Jones or is Zim and Riley. I think I'm gonna go with a Zim and Riley because we really again need help. And also it actually fits perfectly too. So now we could find a 2-star for the Southeast, which could be tackled an outside linebacker. or wide receiver. I think I'm gonna go with receiver because we actually do need receivers. Tight end or or quarterback. We're going with quarterback. Welcome aboard, Calvin Johnson. I don't know why he's a scout in this game, but apparently he is. So I'm not gonna complain. I just needed a scout for at least receiver. So we're gonna simulate a little bit. We're not gonna quite simulate it to midseason because I want to see if there's any offers for like a Cornell Patterson or Gene Grant and those Isaiah Oliver, because all of those players are players that I would like to get rid of. And also, during the midseason mark, if we have not a really good record, I think I am going to trade Jared. Just to get at least some draft picks before the season is over. You know, it makes things a little bit more nice. Okay, alright. We're going to stop here. I don't think quite. So, oh, it's in week 5. I am not wanting to go that far, just in my opinion. Okay, so we're 2-2. It's not bad. We have Regine Grant and Cornell Patterson offers. Okay. Again, just nothing really good in terms of offers. Again, the Dolphins one is not that bad, but I think I might want to consider just working with a manual trade. If the trade block, putting him, isn't gonna work. Then we got Regine Grant, which there is one offer, and that's Roy Lopez and Jameer Arbro. I'm not interested. I was expecting a little bit more than that. Because, 1, he's 24, and 2, he's a 76. I'm expecting more. I'm sorry. $103 million in cap space. Yeah, I think Lorenzo Carter is another good trade piece, because I just kind of don't want him. And Kennel Gabriel, another player. Rashawn Evans, I would like on a short-term deal, not quite long-term. He is back on a 3-year pack, so kind of what I wanted. Davian Burr, if he can accept a 1-year deal, I guess I'll take him. Or maybe a 2-year deal. Yeah, actually probably a 2-year deal, if he accepts a 2-year deal. Or 1, I mean, it's really between the 2. Okay, it's 2. Alright, good. He is back on a 2-year pack, and that is going to be it. Everybody else on what we saw there are going to be traded. Kamara, I just don't want to develop him, and plus there could be definitely better tackles in the draft, especially this, the class here, it says the tackles are the best, so yeah, I think I'm pretty confident in how this class is shaping in terms of the tackle position. I know it doesn't make any sense to go trade more players, but again, we're kind of in a he is injured. For how long, though? He's out for 2 more weeks. So I think I might have to work a manual offer because we're in week 5, so yeah, but at least who's the other guy I didn't want to get? Oh yeah, Lorenzo Carter, I forgot. But Isaiah Oliver, I think, is going to be a guy I have to manually work because for some reason he's just not getting any offers. Which is good because, he's another trade piece for Cornell Patterson to work with because, well, I don't want him either. Yeah, Jesus, shut up. There are, he has interest on teams. It's just not, I'm just not getting any offers for him. Eddie Jackson in a 7th. Now that is not a bad offer. I'm going to admit that isn't terrible. Baron Barman, he's a nice interior or potential edge rusher, but we don't need another tight end. We do not need a backup tight end. If it was anything but a backup tight end, I think it would have been probably accepting that. Julian Love is a solid safety option. Hunter Renfro, Leonard Floyd. It's not a bad one. Ben Powders. Kermit Hart. And DeMarcus Walker. I think this is the one I'm going to do. Unless this is accepted. So we're going to go to the Broncos, right? Which, I don't know why they have interest on Isaiah Oliver, to be honest. So, obviously, I'm not asking for anything this year, because, obviously, they're probably not going to accept it. But, Barry Basmorn, you know, we could get rid of that 7th as well, for a 2nd next year. Okay. Is it worth... we don't really have a lot of picks this year either. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to manually work an offer with Tennessee with both of those players. I'm asking for a pick this year in the later rounds. That's not really a lot to ask for. 5th rounder. And I guess we got a deal. Alright, deal. Terry Tart and DeMarcus Walker and a 5th for exchange of Isaiah Oliver and Cornell Patterson. So it actually helps us because we desperately needed both of these positions. So it actually really helps. DeMarcus Walker, I'll just move him to left end. Does he play left end or right end? I don't remember. He plays right end. Okay. Oh. I want to switch the scheme to 4-3. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch the scheme to 4-3. Because it makes more sense, too, because Troy Anderson gets more snaps. And also it just makes more sense in general just to run 4. So I think, I am going to run 4-3. So that means I would also have to change the playbook to... I'm going to change the KC's playbook, obviously, because their defensive playbook is just broken. But it's actually really nice, though, that we're not really have to sign anybody like major this all season. That's actually really, really nice to know. Terry Tart, obviously, actually every player there will be staying where they are. Jerry Jarrett will be moved to nose tackle, where... Like, he used to... Like, this scheme used to be a 4-3, I think, before Arthur Smith came along. It, like, again, it really, like... It sucks to see, like, how this team was 1 win away. Like, literally, like, they were so goddamn close to winning a Super Bowl. And then they just lost. Because of shenanigans. It sucks. It really does. Like, again, it was 28-3 in the 3rd quarter. I know a lot of people, like, especially Falcons fans, are sick of this. I mean, I'm sick of it too. Seriously, I'm sick of it too. But it's just reality for some dumb reason. It's just reality. And we just have to admit it. But the Falcons like to blow leads. Oh, I did not mean to move. If he was outside linebacker, I think we would be pretty screwed. I mean, obviously, again, he wouldn't be the starter, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, he has hidden development. I'm assuming it's star. I'm not assuming it to be superstar because, I mean, really, where's the chances of that to be? Yeah, it's star. That's pretty much how I figured it to be. Like, I wasn't expecting anything crazy out of it, too. I was expecting it exactly what it was. Which was, again, star development. One of my, favorite things to do in these rebuilds is obviously, like, making it to the Super Bowl and stuff. I think that's quite clear. Malik Walker, in my opinion, like, does he have star development? I don't think he doesn't he? No, he doesn't. I feel like he should have star dev. That's kind of just my opinion. I feel like he really should have star development. Especially of how old he is. I feel like it makes sense to me. I also, like, feel like he's a good run stopper, and he actually improved in coverage this year, so it's not really that bad for him. And then Jamon Malone, who will probably be a death beast in this team. Yeah, that's pretty much all he's probably gonna be. Nick Lukowski will play outside linebacker, and I think Troy Anderson might be a... Actually, yeah, what I should do with Troy Anderson. I think I'm going to move him to outside linebacker. He will be our starter next year, I'm assuming. I also feel like this is another guy who should have star dev too. That's just my opinion. But, yeah, we're going to... Okay, and that's it, though. Okay? That's it. Oh yeah, I also forgot. I have to do some things. Don't blame it on me. It's kind of just like these are necessary. It's just one thing, and it's just upgrading to Marcus Walker because he's like a solid edge rusher. And in this game, he rates him as like okay, more just of a backup, and that's kind of dumb to me. So, yeah, because, like, again, he was, probably one of the few positives on a Tennessee Titan team. So he's a 77 overall. Yeah, I'll keep it like that, but we will also have star development, which that's actually really going to help in his development. But it's nice now to have at least a solid edge rusher, and also, again, now we have 2 nose tackles. So that's actually going to really help our chances to make it into the postseason. Isaiah Oliver and Cordell Patterson aren't going to decline. It's just going to make this team actually better, even. Okay, so we're going to keep it as West Coast, apparently, on offense, because it's just the best scheme fit right now. And then we're going to change the 4-3 scheme, and it's going to be Casey's playbook. So we're going to simulate 1 week later, because, again, Shaquem Grant does have offers. Well, we got last time, that is. So, let's see. Do we beat the Buccaneers? They're 1-3. Obviously, I don't think we will, but who knows? Especially with our playbooks. Our playbooks are just broken. And we win. So Alonzo Carter and Regine Grant are both getting offers. Let's see what the offers are specifically. Jerry Hughes and Durham Brown. No. I'm not asking for a veteran player. Especially when this guy is 24 years old. And 77 overall too. Like, I'm not. I'm asking for at least a 5th. At least. It's not a lot. Okay, apparently Alonzo Carter is just getting a ton of offers. At 6th, could be somewhat useful. As well as Greg Dutch. He could be decent too. Joanne Foyer could be a nice safety. But none of these offers are really interesting. I like the Chase Claypool and Jordan Foyer options. Just none of them really get if there just was like a 5th or above a round pick, I would accept it easily. It's just no, they're not giving me picks, so I'm like no. We're also getting our breakout wide receiver. I'm assuming it's Drake London. I'm assuming it is. Oh, it's Tyler Boyd. Huh. And honestly, I forgot that he was on his team until now. Literally. I literally forgot he was on this team. I actually kind of want to look at our offense real quick. I don't know why I just want to look. But, yeah, Tyler Boyd is solid. And I also can't wait to see what Drake London's development trait is. I think it might be star or superstar. I know it's not X Factor, because that'll just be crazy, but I'm assuming it's star, but it could be superstar as well, but I don't know. So we're going to get San Francisco. I can't pronounce, apparently. San Francisco. Assuming we're going to lose this one. Oh, never mind. Another win. I guess we're keeping Gary Jarrett then. There's my answer. Jergine Grant. The same offer. Yeah, I think he's going to be a guy who I might have to manually work an offer for. Which is kind of unfortunate, because, like, I thought I could have gotten something for him. I swear. Lenzo Carter. What about him? Kenyon same thing. You offered the same thing, huh? It's literally the same offers. These are literally the exact same offers. I'm pretty sure these are the exact same offers. And I'm not interested. I'm still not interested. So, another player that we might have to trade during the midseason mark, when we're going against the Panthers. Drew Sample, you're pretty much just a guy who I need is just to block. That's all I need you to do, is block. But, again, Drew Sample, again, nice backup tight end to have. And that's exactly why I will be keeping him on the team. It's dumb to think, but I am going to keep him. I wonder how... So, Lenzo Carter, again, I'm still not interested with. Frederick, I'll give him an offer. It's because he's a nice backup option, so that's not the end of the world to not bring him back. Drew Sample, be 16. Yeah, I'll just simulate it until the off season for him. But we're gonna simulate this game. I think this is gonna be the game where we finally lose. And also, we're winning the division, so we might make it to the postseason. Like, it doesn't matter what we do this week. We're still winning the division. So, in that matter, maybe I might simulate it to the postseason. Maybe. We did lose. That's kind of expected. Last chance before I finally work on a manual offer for all of these players. I understand you're the only team that's actually offering, but God, your offers are just so bad. Like, that offer is just so bad. If you change, like, just remove them all in general and just give me, like, a 4th and a 6th, and these are all the same. Actually, never mind. Tyler Conklin and Kerry Turek. I know we don't need another tight end, but Tyler Conklin, maybe not this year, but next year he might be a good trade piece. But still, either way, I don't think I should get him. Yeah, none of these offers. Like, these are just the exact same offers, and some of them even getting worse. So, no. No, thank you. But, I mean, hey, if we beat Carolina here, which is, by the way, the second best team in the division, I think, right now, twice, we're going to be looking at a pretty good chance of a playoff spot. Oh, never mind. Tampa Bay are now number 2. So they must have just won, like, 2 in a row. Kenny McGrondon, the guy who, funny enough, we drafted somehow in the first round, is going to be definitely the guy who will be traded. So, let's see what offers we can get for him. These are not really anything amazing so far, but Davian Brown, he's not a bad receiver, and he has star development, so just, you know, something to keep an eye on. but it's not enough, I think. David Long Jr. I think I'm gonna go with this one. It's not bad. It's like we get another solid player for a solid player. It's a pretty fair deal for both sides here. It's not like one side is getting absolutely screwed and then the other side is benefiting significantly. It's not that. So let's see here. You can get Eddie Jackson. I don't care about the backup tackle pretty much, at best. But Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson. Isaiah Simmons. He's solid. We could get Payne. I understand we had Jerry Jarrett. And we also had Terry Tart, who I will be bringing back. Or TJ Edwards. Wow, these are really some offers. I don't even know which one to decide with here. Hunter Retro, Terry Ram, General Losu. You would be bad pass rusher to have. Dang. So, Taylor Rant, this is not a bad offer, I'm gonna admit. Deshaun Elliott is also a good one as well. Because not only we're getting Deshaun Elliott, but we're actually getting more resources. Yes, I understand we do not need another 4th round pick. But we could use those to trade down or trade up in the draft. Just to keep in mind. TJ Edwards is a nice player to have. He actually could be upgraded. But I think I'm going to go with Payne. Payne is just like such a hard one to go pass over. It's just too hard to pass over. Have a, pretty much, in my opinion, a generational piece at nose tackle. When it's actually not. It's just something that I cannot pass over. Just cannot. So now we pretty much have an explosive defense. Our defense is looking pretty good right now. I'm going to be honest. David Long Jr. will be our outside linebacker. Again, these are also all, like... So, Payne and Long are both players that are both on their contract years. That was the only issue trading with these people. They're on their final years of their contract. But it's fine, like... Because, again, we could just pay these suckers, and I'm totally fine with that. What I'm going to do, though, with Payne, I'm going to offer him a 1-year deal worth $10 million. By force. But believe me, this, and no guarantee money though. No guarantee. It's a 1-year deal worth like $10 million. Actually, I'll make it 2 and just do it like this. Just because I forgot that that means I have to pay him now, so I'm gonna win on that. But yeah, Payne is about to just be an absolute beast on the the thing about Payne that not a lot of people understand is that this guy can just go straight over to the quarterback. Like, this guy literally goes to the quarterback, like, mainly every play. Like, he got 16 sacks this year. That's a lot of frickin' sacks in 1 year. And especially, let me say this especially. I mean this especially with an uppercase letter at the first letter. For D tackles. Because D tackles are extremely hard to find that actually get to the quarterback. Like, I know there's like people like Big Jeff and Aaron Donald, but that's kind of it. Mainly, nose tackle do just stop the run. That's pretty much what their main job is. Just to point that out there. So we're going to simulate it to the postseason, because there is nothing else to do. But the one thing I want to do before we actually simulate it is we're going to do this. Change our current skill position. When I want to do it, I guess wide receiver. Because, again, we do need receivers. I I understand we have Tyler Boyd and Drake London and Darius Byrd, but Darius Byrd isn't going to be, like, decent for long. Tyler Boyd isn't going to be our receiver one for long. And I would also like a better receiver. So that, all those offers just make sense of the reason why I would like to get him instead of not. I want to see what was the ESPN. There's just so much to love. Let me see this. Mike Clay called Justin Jefferson the safest pick. Like, that's actually really understandable. Oh, that's actually a cool video. Okay. Is this cake or not, pretty much, but on Cyber PK. And it's Fortnite edition. So that's actually pretty darn cool. Alright, let's see. Did we make it to the playoffs or didn't? Like, I feel like the only thing that would make us go to the postseason is if we win the division. You know, that's kind of just my opinion. But, you know, we'll find out. And we made it to the postseason. But as a wild card team, okay. Oh, so if we won this game, and we're, funny enough, the 6th seed, but if we won this game, we would have won the division. We would have won the division, and we would have home field advantage, I think, against Tampa. Unless the 5th seed had a above a 10-7 record. And then we would be going against them instead. But, I mean, hey, I'm not going to complain, Mike. I wasn't expecting to make it to the postseason this year even, so I'm not going to complain. But let's see how everybody was this year. So we had the number 5 in offense, okay, and number 4 in defense. I'm going to show you something funny later, but dang, Desmond Ritter had a really good year. His interceptions, yes, definitely need to go down a little bit. But he had a good year, though. I'm going to admit. Like, he had over 5... He might be winning Rookie of the Year. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. This guy might win winning Rookie of the Year. I mean, like, who had a better rookie, like... Nope. He had the 4th most in passing yards. And just barely missed 3rd because of the Russell Wilson. Yes, I understand. He threw tied for 2nd. Actually, yeah, 2nd in most in interceptions. Yes, I understand that. But he threw the most, like 4th most yards. Just to point that out there. Tyler Algier had almost the exact season he had this year. And he's a 94 overall. How's our receiving core, though, this year? Tyler Boyd just went off. Drake London also had over 1,000-yard season, as well as Kyle Pitts. Darius Byrd was solid, at least, so that was pretty much all he needed to be. Yeah, our tackles pretty much struggled. That's expected. Our sack totals, we need pass rushers. I'm a little disappointed, though, with DeAndre Payne. I don't know how much he even got with us, but I'm still disappointed. We got 2 interceptions. Even Rashawn Fretlin, who was our 4th corner, ended up getting 2 interceptions. And 1 interception for every other player. So, the fact that we went top 5 on offense and defense makes us a very scary opponent to go up against in the playoffs. But before we go simulate this game, is there any injury reports? Just to, see. There are 0 injuries. Okay, that's nice. We're nice and healthy going against Tampa Bay, which, by the way, we barely lost to last week, so... It's anybody's game here. It's anybody's game. It could be ours, or it could be them. We split with them this year, and we lost. We lost by more, but hey, it was still a close game at least. It was a high-scoring game, in fact. The question is what was our defense doing the entire game? It's the only question that I have after that game. So, on the plus side of things, at least we have our morale bonus going up. Just to, look on the positive side of things. So, I think it doesn't really matter what I go with here, offense or defense. Because on offense, we just make our offense a little bit better than it was as a top 5 unit. And then I go with defense, or defense could just be extremely good. So I just want to point that out there. I don't really know what I'm going to do with offense or defense. I mean, hey, that's kind of just my opinion. But I definitely know Desmond Ridder is winning Rookie of the Year. Which that means he will be going to superstar depth. Now that will be interesting to see. Because, he had a really good season and he goes to superstar depth. That's actually going to be really interesting to see. If he can... Did we overachieve this year? I think so. I mean, it was probably just because of playbooks. I mean, that's why. But we still had an incredibly good team. Which, by the way, I don't know how in the world we made a top 5 on offense and defense. Offense I could somewhat understand because, our quarterback is okay. And we have actually really good weapons around him. So, I wouldn't blame him for that. But, yeah. KC wins the Super Bowl against the Dallas Cowboys. No, nothing really major or crazy happened. Wow. Christian Watson surprisingly wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm really shocked that he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Because again, Desmond Ridder had the 4th most passing yards out of any quarterback. So unless this guy had over 2,000 receiving yards, that's not even impressive at all. If this guy's not even in the top 10 in receiving yards, he does not. Wow. Wait, I don't understand. I mean, yeah, I guess at that point then I understand, because, he was the 2nd most, but what in the hell? What in the right mind did I just witness? Arthur Smith, he's more of a offensive head coach. Let me see the defensive head coaches here. What are defensive options in terms of 4-3? Benjamin Turner. So, just you don't have to worry. It helps with nose tackles. He's more helping with nose tackles and safeties, which again, I understand we don't need safeties, or we even need but we don't need D tackle. We don't really need D tackles at the moment. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go with Riddles. And then we're going to develop him to help out with our D-line and our corners. We're also going to trade Jerry Jarrett during the offseason. I know it doesn't make any sense, especially when we made it to the postseason. But I like to see Terry Tart play, or I could trade him. Which that wouldn't make any sense because I would trade him and then would trade someone. It's kind of like what Yannick Ngakoue had to deal with, unfortunately, when he got shopped to Minnesota. I actually don't remember if he went to Minnesota or Baltimore, but he went to one of those two teams, and then he went to the other team during that season. I think it was mid-season, I think when that happened, but yeah. And then I think he went to... And then, like, afterwards, then he went to the Raiders, and then he got traded again to the Colts. Like, I have zero clue how many times he's gonna get traded or released. But who knows, I guess. I don't know why, but I'm just tired. I mean, such was life when I run the pacer like twice. So contract negotiations, there are those people that I would like to bring back. Terry Tart has not a lot of interest. That's interesting. Team franchise QB. What? Again, like I said this before, and I'll say it again. You know what? Whatever. You're back on the team. I do not care what you say. You're back, and I do not care. DeMarcus Walker, I would like, a 3-year deal. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Let's see what we got here. David Long. I think that's it. I mean, I guess Drew Sample as well, right? David Long, he's asking for a long-term contract. You know what I'm going to say about that? I'm just going to up your salary. I am not changing that year contract. Nope. Drew Sample. Yeah, I guess a 3-year deal would work. So, yeah, and the interesting part about this is that we still have remaining cap space after all those moves that we still did. The funniest part is that, like, Tampa Bay is going to get worse because they lose Tom Brady this year. So this is our opportunity to pretty much go ahead and say, hey, we're going to win the division this year. Which is a pretty mediocre one, just to kind of be honest. Jerry Jarrett, though, I'd like to get some draft picks. Again, he's going to start to progress, so it kind of makes sense. Greg Newsome isn't bad. No. I like Brandon Ayuk. It's just like, it's 1 year and then his contract is done. Christian Kirk, I don't want to deal with his contract, which is #1 wide receiver in terms of money. St. Brown, I think I'm going to go with the Lions offer. Oh, crap, we're in a pickle. Steelers, Seahawks. I think I'm still going to go with the Lions, though. Just because, like, it gives us an actual #1 receiver. And plus, then we don't have to worry about receiver in the draft. So, it kind of just makes sense to do that one. So that actually, like, again, we still free up cap space. It's just like it's not a lot. Oh, apparently we went negative in cap space. Okay then. What is our punter and kicker situation here? We do not have a punter. And I like our kicker right now, so we're just gonna sign him. You know, to obviously be your punter. Wow. What a D chest of a move. We did not need to trade him. We just let him walk, and there you go. We got ourselves Deshaun Elliott. Well, maybe, potentially. Corners. Not interested. Outside linebackers. Not interested. We don't really even need linebackers, really. Marcus Davenport. It's not bad, but I think I might want to consider just looking for an edge rusher rather than actually trade one. Lane Davis. He doesn't like her scheme, but I still would prefer to have him on the roster. But we're probably gonna, yep, we're about to probably lose to the Commanders. I think that might be it. Juju Smith, we don't need a receiver. We don't need a running back. And we also don't really need a quarterback. Oh, Tom Brady's still in the NFL, but he might not be with the same team. Tom is still thinking. Deshaun Elliott, though, is on our team at least. But we did not get Nate Davis. I wanted to get him because we didn't really have a good left guard at the moment. But whatever. We'll simulate to the draft. Actually, you know what? Where's... never mind. We're gonna simulate it to the draft. Again, we got, like, solid picks and stuff to work with, so it should be fine. It should be fine. Alright, so we're heading into the draft with pretty much our eyes entirely are on the offensive line here. Because for the love of God, we do not need Desmond Ridder to just get murdered. Sam Wiltners out of UCLA is now off board. And we get an option between two tackles. And pretty much more of the best players available are all on tackles. Exactly what I want to see. I like to see agility rather than power. Solid athlete. You got good stats. Welcome aboard. Hidden development too, so that's perfect. Welcome Russell McGage. You know, again, just making sure that our quarterback doesn't get sacked millions of times because of our blind side and our right tackle. Making sure of it. He has F and run block. I don't know how I feel about that one. D and pass block. That's a little bit concerning. But he's a really beast of an athlete. You know what? we're going to go with the low risk, high reward. And he's also hidden in development, so it's not really a bad move. We're still getting what we need. We are just beefing this offensive line, which before the offseason is god awful. There's no good left guards remaining, or really just interior alignment in general. What do we go with then here? Like, I guess pass rusher, right? And that's really the last thing I guess we kind of need here. Outside of, again, O-line. Beyond Wilkinson, he's a good athlete. You know what? Welcome aboard. Normal development, but Beyond Wilkinson, you know, he could be a potential good piece on the defensive line. Alright, draft recap. Let's see what we got here. So we got 2 solid tackles, maybe an okay and B. John Wilkinson, but that's kind of what we really got into the draft. Riley Gent, he seems like a solid option, but like, who is more... I think he's going to be more suited as a left guard. Because, again, I would like to, again, beef our offensive line. And Ryan Gent could just be one of those examples. So we found a 71 overall left guard in the 4th round. Obviously, again, I didn't draft him, but that's actually really nice. And again, I'll be upgrading this guy because of coverage. Of course, that's another issue with this game. But we're going to move him... You know what? Yeah, let's move him to left side linebacker. And also up his speed just slightly because, like, again, this is a game that's just ruthless to linebackers. Ruthless. 68 overall, left side linebacker. You know, just a nice backup option. It's not bad. And we got a couple of safeties. But this is how our roster is working with heading into the season. Again, you still have Desmond Ridder as quarterback, Tyler Algier, B.J. Robertson, Moran St. Brown, Drake London, Tyler Boyd, Tamius Bird, Kyle Pitts, Chris Landstorm. And then we got, you know, better tackles than what we're gonna run with heading into the offseason. Again, I think I might move him. You know what? I'm gonna cut him. I'm gonna cut him instead. I just want my current left guard that I drafted to start. Then here's our defense. Our defense still kind of needs some work, but I think it's fine with what we have at the moment. Like, I think this issue is that we have not a true number 1 edge rusher. but we got some decent ones. We also got good safeties. We got, like, our safeties are good, our corners are good, our defensive line, our edge rushers are solid. Our defensive tackles, though, are really good. Our linebackers are good, but maybe an actual true linebacker probably will help us with that one. But I think this is a team that's going to be heading in as a very true dark horse contending team. It's kind of just going to depend on how will Desmond Ritter react in his year 2 of the season. Which I wouldn't be surprised if he goes down this year, but hopefully not in interceptions by like him having more interceptions. Because for the love of God, we don't need him to throw more than 19 interceptions. That's a lot as is. For the second time in a row, we're in a wild card berth, and we're going against the winners of the division. I don't know how this keeps happening, but it just is. So our offense did decline in the performance, as well as our defense, but it was good enough to get the job, if you know what I mean. So again, at least he did decline in interceptions, as well as sacks. Tyler Algier had over 1,000 yards. Good. St. Brown and Pitts both have over 1,000 yards. Tyler Boyd definitely decreased, as well as Drake London, which is expected. Come on, Russell McGrage. Come on, dude. He had 12 sacks allowed, but nobody else really did anything. Wow. Aaron Ojila with 12 sacks. No, it's not 6, not 8, 12. 12 sacks. That is not, I think, what we were all expecting him to do when he was getting drafted to the Atlanta Falcons. My opinion, but I am going to give him better upgrades since, you know, he is, again, got 12 sacks this year. So, yeah, we're going to keep it as 81 overall, and he's now 24 again, so that's going to actually help when he starts to progress. And 10.5 sacks as well for Payton. That's what I was expecting last year. DeMarcus Walker with 7 sacks. Terry Tart had 3. It's also nice that B. John Wilkinson at least had 3. Let's see in terms of interceptions, though. 3 interceptions from Mike Hughes and A.J. Terrell, as well as 2 interceptions for Jeff Okudah and Deshaun Elliott. You know what's funny? They're both Detroit Lions, and they both had 2 interceptions. That's funny. 1 interception for David Long, Malik Walker, Rashawn Evans, as well as Rashawn Franklin, Jawan Hodgson, Ben Mayhawk, 4th rounder. And then that's it. So please beat the Panthers. I don't want to lose like we did a year ago. Come on. Can we please make, like, I understand we won 1 more game than we did last year, but can we win 1 playoff game? It's literally kind of all I'm asking for right now. Is us to win this playoff game. We're even rated as a higher overall in this game. Please. 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 We lost. And you know what's also funny? Our defense actually played good this time. It was our offense that was a piece of garbage and didn't make us win. That's really freaking funny how it turned around this time. Instead of us being that piece of garbage on defense, it was our offense this time that was being a piece of garbage. I don't know. Like, should we just get a better quarterback? I mean, like, free agency for sure, we're going to know that there's going to be quarterback options. There'll probably be better options than what we have at the moment in Desmond Ridder. And also, our offense isn't really paying, like, we're not paying a lot for how good our team really is. Just to, like, point out. Multi-zone run, that's what we're running now since our scheme didn't fit before with the majority of the players. But yeah, we still have a lot of holes on the O-line. Where the heck is Dent? Why is he here? No. Get him out of here. Free up some cap space too. You know, there's a guy named Dent on our team, right? Just gonna make sure that there's a dent in terms of pass rush. I think what I want to do, though, is trade Tyler Algier. I know that sounds dumb, but we have B.J. Roberts. Like, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's just, like, we're going to have a slightly decrease at our position. As well as Rashawn Evans. I think he's, like, another player we're going to get rid of as well in the offseason. So we got 2 players we're getting rid of, which is making our team slightly worse. Like, it's just, you know, the free up cap cap space when we end up bringing in our franchise QB, hopefully. So, yeah. I think you guys quite understand why I do that. It's not because, like, Desmond Ridder sucks. Like, he's playing good enough for us to make it to the playoffs. It's just, like, he's not being good enough to make us win in the postseason. If you know what I mean. Have an increased likelihood of quarterback signing through free agency. That's what we needed. Because, like, if there is a good free agent option at quarterback, which there probably will be, that ability should definitely help. And again, we made it back-to-back years in the postseason with not in the world's best QB play. So, just to, point that out there. Imagine when we have an MVP caliber quarterback. This team is going to completely turn around and probably become a Super Bowl contender. We just got to bring the pack back and also probably get better at some positions. Our defensive line now is fine to the point where we can make it to the Super Bowl, but not quite at the QB position, I think. And also, yes, we still have some holes in the interior. So yes, there are still some things we need to do in the offseason besides actually addressing the quarterback position. But there are still some things we would like to do. And also maybe looking for better tackles as well. I'm not saying that our first round or second round tackles were terrible. It's just, something that I would like to maybe look at. I swear to God, if the Chiefs and the, Chiefs win the Super Bowl again. Yay. Niners, you couldn't do something, really? Nothing important for us. Okay, that's good to know. You know what does? You know what's not cool? No, we don't get anything. Yeah, upgrade all these useless players who probably will never see the field ever. Ever. And I mean that. Like, I don't know if I want to trade Tyler LG or not, because, like, one, he's like 24 right now. But, like, we could get so much draft capital. It's, like, ridiculous. But I just, like, again, don't know what I want to do. So we have over 150 million in cap space. That's what happens when you don't have any... Oh, shoot. We have a lot of players we need to bring back. It's going to tend to depend on how much he's asking for. Chris Landstorm, yes, I am going to try to bring him back. He wants to test free agency. You know what I'm going to say to that? Get franchise tag, bitch. Seriously, I'm not letting him go walk in free agency. No. I'm going to up the salary a lot. Hopefully he comes back, and he does. Still have 118 mil left in cap. AJ Terrell, another player I would like to bring back on the team. And he wants to test free agency. Are you freaking serious? Are you serious? How much is he asking? A 3-year deal contract. I'm not giving you that. I'm sorry. You're too old for it. Seriously, I'm being honest. Jeff Okudah, bro, we're not even close to Texas. Sucker, Atlanta is in Georgia. That's actually pretty darn close. Sucker, get back on the team. 109 left in cap, and we still have to sign one more player, and that is Malik Walker. And he's, I was about to say, he's a linebacker. 4-year deal, but I'm going to up the money a lot just to have that 4-year deal contract, and he is back. We got 101 million to go get back AJ Terrell, a wide receiver, interior offensive lineman, and a quarterback. Probably not going to do all of that, but we'll see. I mean, I would like to get a quarterback on a rookie deal contract, but I don't think that's going to happen. Nick Bosa is available. I mean, I can't really pass that over. Big Jeff is available. Derrick Henry is available with interest. I would love to get Nick Bosa. I really want to get Nick Bosa. You know what? I'm determined. We're going to get Nick Bosa. I know that's going to ruin our chances of getting a quarterback, but, like, just get a rookie or contract quarterback and we should be fine. Oh, Jalen Hurts has he's star development. He doesn't have any interest, though, which pisses me off, but I'll still try to get him on a contract, at least. Alright. So there you go. He has Yeto in terms of interest, so he does have somewhat interest into re-signing or going with us. Tyrod Smith, how about a 2-year deal just to not make us get bankrupt, just trying to get you on the team? You know what? I'm withdrawing. Let me withdraw because I just noticed we don't really. Oh shoot! I didn't mean to do that. My signings. Oh, we got all 3. So that means now we have no cap space. So we're gonna have to hope that we can draft really good players at those positions that we still need. I mean, Drake London, I guess, is good enough. Also, by the way, welcome to the stream. Oh, I forgot we had St. Brown. Oh, now we shouldn't worry then at all. How good is he actually? Or I should say, how much? He's 6'6". Because I don't want him to like be a backup or anything. So I think what I am gonna do, I'm gonna move him to left guard, have him play there, and then we're gonna cut our center because obviously again we need to free up cap space. So now we have about maybe around $2 million, but again, like that's not gonna make us be able to sign anything. But like, here's the play of where Tyler Algier could be in the play here, because if we trade him, we're getting no trade offers. That's interesting. I would love to get Justin Fields, but now we got Jalen Hurts on non-asset contract, so we can't really do that, can't we? The question is, though, really does need a running back. There's not a lot of teams that actually really need running backs. I mean, Ravens need an actual number 1 running back. Rams actually need an actual running back, but they don't have cap space. Packers need a long-term running back. Detroit also need an RB1, like a true RB1. They also kind of need an RB1. They need an RB1. You know what, Commanders? I mean, this is not worth it at all. But let's see if this is worth their interest. 2 first-rounders and a second this year. Okay, that's not enough. But how about just the 2 first in general? No. So what we could do, maybe trade the 23rd overall pick. Okay, now they got some interest. I don't think this is going to be enough, though. That's the problem. Like, even if I throw in DeMarcus Walker, because, again, we need him because, you know, free up cap space, they still don't have a net interest at all. So, how about this? But, obviously, without our first. Just the 3rd overall pick. Okay. We're still not going to get any offers, hey? I bet you this team is going to need a running back. Yeah, they do. kind of what I figured. 2 first rounders. I know this is not gonna work, but I'm gonna try. Oh. And orange in terms of interest. Apparently they don't care. They just want Tyler Algier. Alright. I traded their first and second this year for freeing up, well, cap space because of DeMarcus Walker's deal. And also trading away Tyler Algier. Which is, again, it's totally okay. We got BJ Robertson. We're totally fine with that. Desmond Ritter, I'm honestly kind of curious to see if we can get a first round pick or not from him. Well, obviously to a team that actually needs a quarterback. But, you know, who knows? How about this? Okay. I had somewhat interest. Oh, we don't really need that. Oh, I forgot it was next year. Eighth overall. And you know what? You know, I will even trade my 55th pick too. Okay, so they actually have a lot of interest. Okay then. Third this year. I just hope that it doesn't require me to take it. Okay. Second and third and Desmond Ritter to move up all the way to number 8. That's actually going to be really worth it. And that's, again, for a backup quarterback. Let me just throw that out there. For a backup. Tyler Bird, another guy who I will cut just to free up cap space. So just like that, we pretty much have around like 6-7 mil, which we'll not use on any free agents though. We're going to use that to hopefully get some free agents. So, yeah. And, well, obviously just to free up for the future of what's going to happen with this team. But let's go move to the draft, shall we? Alright, let's see here. We're simulating it to the postseason. Hopefully we make it to the postseason. Again.